Today's the day. I am finally finishing the Twain Room. I have the last few things to finish. My artwork that goes above the bed, my shelves that need to be decorated above the desk, and the artwork around that. I'm also going to hang these curtains on clips, and then I can show you everything. Welcome to the Peaceful Home. We are now entering the end of this guest room series. I still have another video to do on hospitality, but for today, I'm going to finish up all the last minute things. If you did not see my last video on design paralysis, I suggest you take a look at that if you ever struggle with it. I really got stuck with this room and I just could not find my way. And I would walk in here and literally feel paralyzed. Like I have no idea what to do. And I would just look around and I'd push things around and then I'd leave. And after weeks of that, I came up with this plan to move me forward. Now, one of the keys in moving forward is taking a look at perfectionism, which means today I'm going to hang what I have, not what I wish I had or what I'm hoping I might get in the future, but what I have today, and it's not going to be perfect. And I'm going to get stuff on the walls and be done. And if I need to make changes later, I can. So I'm nervous and excited. Let's start with the curtains. I knew the rings would lengthen the curtains, but I wasn't sure by how much, and they were really dragging on the ground too much. So I'm taking this up to this line and then halfway between these squares. And I'm moving the tab out of the way and folding there and then putting the ring on. So the next tab I'm pulling out of the way to here and halfway. This is going to give me the perfect length. Now, obviously, if I wanted to sew these, that's the ultimate, but I do not want to do that, and progress is better than perfection. Here's some of the artwork that I am choosing for above the bed. These two pieces I got on my summer road trip. I really did not have a plan for this river watercolor. It's an original piece, it's beautiful. I thrifted it for $7, I believe, and put it downstairs in my living room. I ended up replacing it with another piece. When I couldn't find a spot for this, I was going to sell it on Marketplace. But when I decided on the Twain Room, I just thought this is perfect. Anything river around Mark Twain, around Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn is just so fun. And I don't love the frame, but at the same time, it works in here. So again, I'm just making progress. It's not going to be perfect. I was trying to decide if I wanted to put that, first of all, here with a few pieces here, or did I want to put just that above the bed? And I went around and around. I know this is a personal preference, and there may be many of you that don't like this look, but I love a packed gallery wall. I really do. Just the idea that you have one more painting that you've got to squeeze in somewhere and you're just covering an entire wall. And I've mentioned before, that's how my grandma's house was. And she traveled all over the world and she would bring back a painting and just put it up in the next spot until the wall was filled. And so I love the look and I love the memories. These two pieces in particular, I really love. And that's why I was having a hard time settling on putting them here. But I'm just going to do it. And if I want to put them downstairs later, I can. And then ultimately, I decided to do 4 pieces, like pretty much in this layout. And I know it's a lot, but I'm going to give it a try. I can always change it. So next was deciding what was going to go here. I brought this Van Gogh from downstairs, but I don't like it here. I thrifted this frame, and let me grab 2 of the art pieces I've been considering. This is a classic piece, The Mailboat by Bauman, and it's currently in the National Gallery of Art in Washington, and I just love the steamboat reference. I thought it was perfect for the Twain Room. I could remat and put this here, so this was one option. The other one is I picked up this sketch of Mark Twain's home. And so this would be another piece that I can use. But then I remembered that I had another piece downstairs in my bookcase, and that's this one here. And I really liked the muted tones here and the touch of gold on the frame. I think this is where I'm going to start for today. As I was finishing up, I had this idea to push the bird painting a little to the left, and I thought I could add in 2 more pieces. There. This frame was one of my favorite thrifted finds for this room, and I'm so glad I got to use it. It did need a little work. I needed to sand it off a bit, and then I touched up the gold to get a little bit of a different color. I used a matte black to paint over all of the black edges. I had 2 pieces of artwork, a landscape and this still life with peaches that I had a free download. They'd been sitting on my phone. I took them to the print shop and it was under $2 to have them printed on cardstock. Wanted to thank you for responding to my question about the lamps. It was unanimous to use the smaller ones. So I gave them a base coat in the champagne bronze, and then I used the dark wax over the top just to give it a little bit more of an antique look, and I think they turned out great. I wasn't sure if I should do the artwork first or the shelves, but I have more vision for the shelves, so I'm going to tackle those first. Well, I really like this so far. It came together very quickly. Of course, there's things I'm probably going to tweak over the next couple of days. Every time I walk in the room, I'll just have a fresh look and see if I want to move anything. I'm not sure I want the globe here or back up at the top, so I'll kind of mess with that. I like the idea of having feathers around just as kind of a collector's item, but also the idea that an author can use a quill to write. Okay, this at least gives me a really good idea of what this is going to look like, the colors involved, and now I'm going to put the artwork around it. My favorite hack is to design a gallery wall on the floor. So I folded up this blanket to be the measurements of the shelving unit, and I began to design, putting the artwork on each side, positioning it, and I had a lot to choose from, which doesn't mean you need to use it all. As much as I love a packed gallery wall, I had to take in consideration the shelving unit, and there's a lot going on there. So this was a little too busy and I needed to pare down. I ended up choosing 4 things for each side: artwork, family photos, and a set of antique keys with one of my grandfather's pocket knives attached. I definitely needed the photo for reference so that I could space the artwork the way I had planned on the floor. I would love to put curtains over the closet where all the workout equipment is, and possibly across the mirror wall and the TV. I would probably just do a really inexpensive white to just kind of block that off. But for now, I'm good. That's something I can do in the future if I choose to. But I felt like this little corner with the workout stuff just kind of interrupted the entire wall. And by putting this up, I'm going to really have a lot more of a cohesive space, tying in the curtains with one another, and again, just being able to cover up the workout equipment. Because this is a Jack and Jill bathroom, I want to have a place in each guest room where guests can hang up their towels rather than leaving them in the bathroom. So I'm going to put a pegboard up here, And I've ordered one from Amazon that's just an unfinished wood, and I'm going to stain it with the dark stain. And I have this letter drawer that I've been hanging on to that I just think is incredibly beautiful. And so I thought it would be a nice statement piece, very simple, to just hang it here with the peg rack above it and the luggage rack below it. My daughter found this letter drawer at an estate sale, and I have been waiting to put it somewhere in my home. I didn't want to split the wood, so I was careful to drill some pilot holes before screwing it on the wall. This gorgeous chair, which is a family heirloom, was stored in my barn for years. I just didn't have a spot for it. And after doing a little repair work and cleaning it up, it is just perfect for the Twain Room. And I added this beautiful masculine throw that I thrifted. Well, the Twain Room is finished. I'm so excited. After I did my video on conquering design paralysis and I did my list, the next day I completed everything. I can't believe the breakthrough. Like, this went from weeks and weeks to 2 days. If you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up button, and leave me a comment on your favorite thing in this room. Let's take a final look at the Mark Twain guest room. Project is inspiring and motivating for you to do something new in your own home. Having a cozy retreat for your guests definitely contributes to a peaceful home, and it creates peace for your guests too, and really makes them feel welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. I am so grateful for you.